So friends, last question which we had discussed, you wanted to understand where should you invest. Now this is a very tricky question because there's no standard platform that you can say this is where you need to invest. But we made a digital platform where we do a financial health check, जैसे हमने आपको last time बताया था, where we understand your risk profile and based on that we recommend where you should invest. Not only on the risk profile, we also help you understand that what is your goal for which you want to invest for. So there are basically 5 kinds of profiles which we work on when we help you or recommend you or guide you where to invest. The first is known as defensive, second is conservative, third is balanced, fourth is a growth profile, and fifth is an aggressive profile. So as the name says, whatever understood, ki defensive basically means an average rate of return of 5 to 7%. Conservative is primarily around 8% approximately, plus minus 1%. Balanced is we look at a kind of a rate of return of 10% at an average. Growth is around 12% and aggressive is around 18%. Now all the 5 kind of risk profiles have a different kind of a portfolio. The defensive is something where we look at more towards safe kind of investments, which could be like an FD, could be a PF, it could be a bond, it could be something to do with debt funds or only liquid funds. Conservative is where we look at 25% in high risk and 75% in a kind of a safe portfolio. So 25% high risk also could vary from large, multi-cap, so on and so forth. Balanced kind of a portfolio is like 50-50 where we recommend you to invest 50% of your portfolio in kind of safe and 50% could be into a kind of a high risk profile, again primarily into large, multi-cap or large and mid-cap. Growth is where we get into investments where 75% is into equities, 25% is into safe. Now 75% in equities could be into mutual funds, it could be into AIF, it could be into PMS, it could be into direct equities, it could be into startup funding, private equity, so on and so forth. And this profile also could consider a part of it into his mid and small cap kind of a portfolio. Aggressive is the last one where we recommend for people who have a goal for longer term and at the same point of time also look at portfolio which is more towards investment primarily into high risk areas. All the high risk areas can be covered depending on your risk appetite from 5 years to 10 years. All of these funds also, these risk profiles also have a specific tenure. So defensive are primarily looked at maybe 6 months to 1 year. It can also be looked at as an emergency fund. Conservative can be looked at from 1 year to 3 years. It could be for a medium term, and similarly for balanced, it could be from 3 to 5 years. Growth kind of profile and aggressive profile we primarily recommend for investors for looking for at least 5 to 10 years and above. Because if you're investing in a certain area, it could be a startup, let us assume, or a small or a mid-cap fund, or an AIF or a PMS. It could be an opportunity where it could be a possibility where even the returns might go negative in the first 2 or 3 years. So this is totally based on customized solution after you do your financial health check and we understand your goal. So there is no practical standard format, my friend, where you can invest. Today you start, that you straight away start saying that I want to start investing into equities or a startup fund or an AIF, etc., etc. I hope that gives you a lot of clarity on where you should invest, what kind of profile suits you, what kind of a tenure you should be looking in for, and what kind of an investment you should choose taking your profile. For more details, you can also log into our digital platform of financial health check, which will give you a clear-cut idea after asking a lot of questions. We have a 10 set of questions which basically helps us understand you, and then we recommend according to your profile. For more details, you can log on to our website www.wealthmunshi.com.